Folks, welcome back. Yeah, we're trying to get the videos going. Trying to get things back to normal in this world, but it's been a tough start to 2024. So our first box opening of 2024 for the patron, Michael Z. You know, you guys thought, what, it's 2024 and all of a sudden we're just going to stop trying to get serialized poster cards? Well, you think we use logic on this channel? You think things, you think we're going to go with that route instead of just literally flipping a coin and just jumping through a dark hole? No. Mike Z, all the way in New York. Good luck as we journey to the first attempt of 2024 into the Lord of the Rings holiday. I guess holiday? Is it still holiday? You really can't call it a holiday. I mean, it's kind of 2024. As we journey for the serialized posters in a product that was supposed to collapse, that didn't collapse, and now people are angry that the product didn't collapse. Somehow, some way, someone's got to be angry. Otherwise, we can't have a normal ecosystem, right? Something's got to be wrong or angry. Something's got to be broken. Tempest, Forge, Brandy, Pack 1, Tom. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Pack 1, Foil Tom. That's the way we want to start videos around this place. Right on your face. We're going to put it right gently over your face. That is fantastic. Okay, I was going to say, we got to... It's very unpredictable. 1 to 4 poster cards per box, so it's extremely difficult to predict how this is going to unfold, everybody. All right, we got the old Baggins over there. And look at that. Mouth of Roman. I don't even remember that particular land. Okay. Mouth of Roman. What legendary land was that? I don't even remember. Have we even hit that before? I know the Caverns and Gemstones and Caracas. I don't even know if we've ever hit that card before. I don't even remember seeing that. Shadow, Mythic. All right, so we got Brigade, Door, no one cares. Gandalf, Rudy's face, and Mr. Glam Ring. Non-foil, though. Hey, you know what? That's we want to keep throwing the dice. That's the key here, is we want to keep throwing the dice to see how many actual poster cards we can get, because we're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's going to happen. We just got to be kind of patient here. All right, we got Battle. Nazi G. Not to go, hey, quick reflexes for the first pack of a nice $30 bill. Very nice. That covers the whole pack. All right, and that is actually, I think it's a Surge. That's actually a Surge foil reflexes. That's only one we get maybe every other video. That's like every 6 to 18 boxes. That's not an easy card to pull, everybody. Born. All right, Ancient. Born again. And Sammy. And Rudy's creepy giant face with a nice scratch down the middle of the card for a nice little middle finger from Wizards of the Coast. You know, it's so weird when you have a product like this that comes out and everybody expects it to just go straight down and collapse. And then it doesn't collapse. And everybody gets really quiet about it. And it's like, it becomes this weird, terrible pack. It becomes a very strange situation because everybody was begging and hoping something would go wrong. And then when it doesn't, everybody just kind of pretends it didn't happen. Everybody's got to look the other way. And, ooh, Dawn of New Age. Hey, Cloud Stone Curio. That's a nice little Surge foil hit. Very nice little artifact. Yeah, I find things like that interesting. And as we approach the release of the Ravnica, I feel like we're going to see the same thing. Because we saw with Ixalan, we definitely saw with Lord of the Rings. And it's a very strange thing when everybody's expecting and kind of like, ooh, terrible pack. And everybody's hoping for something really bad to happen. And then they're like waiting to post their videos and attack about it and say, oh God, look what happened, you know? But then when nothing happens, everybody just has to hurry up and move on and get quiet about it because you can't kind of, oh, I saw a Watcher coming. I saw his foil too. Thought we could have had something big there, Mike. Hey, you know what? Look at that. 2 foil posters in box 1. If you can get 2 foil posters in every box, that's a win. That's a straight up win, man. If we can pull that off, that's going to be a good video. The odds of us hitting some major stuff then is going to be really good. We got Gandalf, Call, Ancient, and Terrible again. Anyway, I just want to kind of talk about the psychology of this stuff. You know, because we've been through so long. I would assume almost everybody watching any videos on this channel or any card channel. I mean, what's the mindset of somebody in the card world right now? I mean, think about it. I mean, have you stuck through all this? Yeah, terrible. Absolutely terrible. What, you've stuck through the last 2 years to just go through a market where everything either just stays the same or goes down? And, you know, I mean, you're expected to be angry about it, right? It's such a weird thing. Like, how do you discuss that without just making people angry or, terrible. And That was a terrible ending to box 1. So, as we go into box 2 already, but as we go into box 2, seriously, think about that. How do you discuss, and how do you make videos, and how do you get people excited, and how do you look forward to anything in the card world when everything just doesn't do anything? You know, what is there to be excited about, right? If you remove all the financial aspects and you make everything negative, and everything's just a cheap game piece. Hey, look, a yellow game piece. We got a Gandalf. Not bad, Mike. Not foil though. You know, when you go in that path, you know, there's a lot of psychological, small, like residual side effects and these weird things. Oh, reflex number 2. There you go. Hey, Thorn. There's a nice little surgy surprise there. Like right now, like here's a fun thing. Like I had a patron message me saying there are a group of people now like tweeting and messaging wizards being angry about Nazguls in reflexes being a rare that's a $20, $30 rare. Saying, you know, wizards, you need to reprint this in secret layers multiple times. It needs to be below $3, $4. Like one card becomes sought after it goes up, and suddenly it becomes the bad guy, and everybody's like, oh God, we got to contact the company. We got to do ooh. Okay, all right, last March. I saw foil there. Oh, hold on, we got to open a new pack. You know, when things like that happen, and we have this new, really aggressive cultural shift of how cards should be viewed, printed, and everything's you got that tug of war going on of people who want value in their cards and people who just want game pieces. And it continues to really roar on. And you've got the companies that have to pretend like that they care about a certain side, the game pieces, and they have to pretend that they're going to do something about it and that they're kind of for the community. They have to put on that image. They can't just respond and say, sorry to hear the card's expensive. I guess we'll reprint an expensive premium product to use that as leverage to make expensive boxes. They can't say that kind of thing. They have to, there's our one warship. They have to maintain a certain, you know, I'm here for you, come get your hug. They have to do that. But, you know, we got an upside down card. But when we're in this situation where everything is very interesting, to kind of say it very gently to you all. Hey, Cabal Coffers. Like, here's a great example. Like, Cabal Coffers for the longest time. People, we got to reprint it. I can't get it. It's a $30 card. And now it's been reprinted and done up, and you don't hear anything about it. No one talks about Cabal Coffers. There's certain cards that it's like that Arabian Night card. The, not Obelisk. What was that stupid thing? Obulette. I can't remember the card. You know, it becomes this internet cool bandwagon thing to talk about. Gandalf. Hey, Mithril Coat. There you go. That's a nice little 2. Hey, Palantir. Very nice little couple card. Okay, that was a nice little pack. It becomes an interesting thing to be cool with on the internet. It gets you that karma cool points on the social medias. Hey, Nazi G for the first appearance. You know, it makes you feel like you're part of that in crowd, and everyone else goes, yeah, we need to, you know, retweet, and people still retweet, right? That's the thing. Or share it on MySpace, and you know, it becomes this really interesting thing that people online feel like they can band with other people that don't matter and other people that they don't know. And it creates a strange dynamic on the internet. And it starts to have weird effects long term. Now, in this situation, like, what do we got here? Here, no, terrible. Well, box 2, Mike, is, again, I'd like another foil poster card, but this box 2 is definitely kind of on the weak side. I'm not really impressed by box 2. But maybe we get something special in the close here. We got Shire. No, terrible. We got a nice little light there. But that's kind of the thing that I think has been very fascinating, that everybody's been chattering about in the last few weeks with all the drama and problems. It's very interesting. And, you know, this is something we had talked about for a while on this channel. Oh, God. That is actually a foil, by the way. At first, I didn't think it was. That is actually a foil Palantir. That's actually a nice little hit, everybody. All right, excellent, Mike. We are 2 boxes in. 2 foil posters each. That is the goal. If we can keep that pattern going, that is exactly what we're looking to do in this whole video here. Ooh, Mithril Coat and a Surge. That's a nice little hit. All right, so we're going right into box 3. So that's kind of the focus of today's conversation, is that, you know, how do you discuss it? how do we discuss and how do we talk about what do we look forward to in an era if you know there's no excitement and there's no real, the players and their game pieces are, I guess, excited, but they're not the ones really going to spend the money to support these companies. And if that continues, you're going to see the companies do, ooh, halfling, you're going to, all right, hey, whoa. That's a search full Horizon Canopy. Great example here. Horizon Canopy, when this was reprinted, it was Iconic Masters 25. This was a really big deal. Like Old Man Rudy back in the day, I don't think you will realize how big of a deal a Surge Foil Horizon Canopy reprint is. That's a massive hit. Like that'd be like a $50 card. But again, if you take the game piece route and all of this stuff just doesn't matter anymore, you notice the company has to put more cards of value or game piece in a set to try to even sell the product. A nice little flame sword there. And then eventually what you start to have happen is you have releases like Ravnica, which, be careful on those draft boxes, collector only, folks. You start to have situations where everyone says there's not enough value in the set. There's nothing of desirability because all the cards, and the problem is there's a lot of good cards in Ravnica Remastered. There's a ton. Non-foil. There's a lot of good cards in Ravnica Remastered. The problem is they've been beaten on with a mallet for so long to turn into game pieces that all these $10, $20, $30 cards are now like $1 to $5. And now suddenly everyone's saying, well, hang on a second. Nice Lord of the Rings there. Hey, there's a quick reflex, number 3. There's a nice little hit. You start to have situations where people start to say, whoa, wait a minute. How can a draft box be $150, $160, but all these game pieces aren't worth anything? And if the draft box doesn't have any of the serialized cards and certain versions of Shocklands, wait a minute. Why should I pay almost $200 for a draft box? And you start, Diabolic Intent. There's our one hit there. You usually get one per video. And that's when you start to create market distortions because you can't have both. And Wizards and Hasbro have to maintain that. Again, they have to give you the mouth hugs and the free community we're all about for you guys. They have to maintain that on the social media to make sure that the people who screech on the internet don't come for them. So companies have to do that. They don't have a choice. But the problem is, these companies, once they walk away and close the door, they go back to these boardrooms and like, hey, we got to sell these. We got to sell these $2, $3 boxes. But Palantir, that's a nice little hit, and Sword. Ooh, look at that. See, when you get packs like this is why I told you guys. This is why Lord of the Rings Holiday. This is why this product never collapses, and it never will. You have too many cards of desirability and too many cards that are hits, and then you factor in all these reflexes and Nazguls and posters and serial. There's just too much value in this product. That's why we haven't seen any collapse at all. Another Palantir, wow. But that's the tug of war that we see going on there. Oh, the old Ragadagas. All right, foil poster number 5, everybody. Unfortunately, Mike, that is our only one in box 3. So I'm hoping we get one more in this little box, but I don't know. We're halfway through, and that was our first one. That's not a good sign, everybody. So again, we move forward to all this stuff. Ooh, there's a beautiful light. It makes it very tricky. On the surface, everybody knows the answer. Everybody knows what's cool to be negative about. Everybody knows what's cool to jump in the end. Everybody know. Nazi G. That's our second Nazgul. Everybody knows. You don't really have to talk about it. Ooh, Witch King. There's a nice little hit there. And non-foil. That's a non-foil number 4. So everybody, we don't need to talk about or name drop on companies and other people. We don't need to attack people and do stuff like that because everybody knows. We don't really need to discuss kind of what is the cool thing to do and what's the uncool thing to do. Ooh, beautiful queen right there. And of course, the old Return King. Not really a major hit, but neat looking card. We all know, if you go on Reddits and Discords and everything, we all know what, if you want to say things and fit in and get that nice positive feedback loop, we know what you should say and post to get your little thumbs up and smileys and, not get censored and everything. We all know. And that's not really the issue. The issue is the long game, the long-term situation of everything that we're seeing, and what is the long-term impact of some of these people who may not be the most educated in economics, finance, and running businesses and running, an economy which has, cards. These are little micro economies. That's all it is. All of these card games, whether it's Magic and Pokemon, anything, these are little mini economies in the secondary market. We got the brown there. And we got, don't forget, folks, Soul Attendant, she is the creepy chick. She plays it cool and cute, like she's going to give you little hugs. Be very careful of her. You will probably wake up missing a kidney. So the question is, how does a company and how do normal educated people, how do you navigate, be excited, and what do you do about this stuff? How do you move forward into a 2024 era of game pieces and cards when you have, unfortunately, people kind of rooting for the failure of the overall market of these cards? And then, you know, they believe so adamantly that they are correct and the cards have to fall apart. How do you navigate that? Well, do you just not buy everything and then let it just feed on itself and less people buy boxes and it makes the cards more expensive? Then you remove the LGSs and the box openers. Do you say fine? Do you push back like that? No, terrible 2 packs. Oh my goodness. Mike, oh, dude, this box 4, this is awful. These last 3 packs have been just straight garbage, man. No surge foils, no posters, no nothing, man. Holy smokes, talk about a couple bad packs. Oh my God, are we still on garbage? We're still, I got Soren there. Oh my God, still terrible. Holy moly's. Sorry, everybody. This is a terrible box 4 here. It feels like we always get like 1 box in the video. That's just so awful. Oh my goodness, this is just an awful box opening. And oh my God, bad again. Holy smokes, we're down to 6 packs in box 4. This is the worst box opening of Lord of the Rings I think I may have ever seen. I mean, can we have, hey, all right. Holy crap, the whole box, we got a $30 Bowmaster. Holy smokes, can we please have some hits? This is awful. All right, 1 Bowmaster. That was the only pack that's good so far. Oh my goodness. And see, these are another good moment where someone who just buys 1 box or 1 pack, you know, and they open it and they think this is a garbage product. That is, second, oh my God. This is another example of why I tell you all, never ever buy loose packs. And even then, even if you're going to crack a box, even cracking a single box is dangerous because look what happens. There are times you can crack a single box and look what happens in this video. You can get nothing and it can give you a very distorted view of what it's actually like. All right, here we go. Okay. All right. Okay. We have a 1 ring foil poster. Well, that's how quick things change. And see, this is actually a really good moment to realize because of the situation of this product and the lack of people buying and the lack of people doing anything, this card, I think, is pushing $150 to $200 now. It's not even serialized. Serialized like $5-10 grand for this thing. So that's an interesting moment. So now, 1 card like that you pull in a single bad box, and it almost pays for the entire box. Well, I guess you factor in the Bowmaster, some other stuff. I guess it pays for it. So then you have a very interesting, that's what I'm saying. That's when things get really weird. That is what I like to call kind of a market distortion. And oh, look at that. Pillars. That again, this card used to be something. I don't know if it still is, but Pillars, that land used to be, I remember that being a $10, $20 land, at least back in the day before game pieces. But that's what I kind of tell you guys is see how these weird things happen? Oh my God, look at that. Oh my God. Do y'all know what that is? You know what party tray is? That's a Surge Foil Great Henge. That's probably a $30 to $50 card. So just like that, the box being profitable. So after me complaining that like box 4 is the worst box ever, just like that, we hit a ring, great hand, oh, glam ring. You can turn and then shift the whole thing in a Sylvan Tutor. What a way to end it. And then box 4 goes from me complaining to literally an amazing box opening. And see, but that right there, that moment, everybody, that is what it's supposed to be like. I mean, that's what this is about. I mean, I feel like people, maybe they lost sight of that. That variance, that excitement, that swing, that's what this is about. I mean, we just went through a terrible box, got turned on a dime, and became an exciting moment. Herborg, hey. And I don't understand why it's so cool to have cards that are game pieces and destroy everything. I don't understand. And it's very strange because now I want to know, as Hasbro Wizards pivots with tighter secret lairs and the situation going on, tighter permanents, as they start to pivot, because they know, they're not stupid, what's going to happen to the people who are all about that whole community attitude? Oh, terrible pack. So what's going to happen with that? How is that going to work when they start tightening it and pivoting it back and pushing the values? Because they have to have cards of value. Oh, we got a poster, foil poster coming in hot, and the reflexes. Reflex number 3 or 4. And, oh, Aragon, no serialization though. These are all things that are going to make for very, very interesting updates in the coming 2024 year. And I think we're going to see a lot of surprises, because I know what's cool on the internet. Ooh, pack negation. But I also understand the company has to do certain things because their path that they were on wasn't working. Chris Crocs acknowledged it. They're making changes now. And now people are already starting to get angry. While I was sick, I was washing the water. I already started getting messages. People link me to articles calling the new secret lair in a scalper's paradise. People are already writing articles. How do I say it? Being angry or criticizing Wizards for starting to make changes. And that's God, terrible pack again. That's usually an early step, an early moment of, well, these people who are morons like to look for anything to get angry. And this company is going to start making, hey, there's our horsey. I think it's 30, 40 bucks still. I'll put them up there. They're going to turn on, oh, God. Okay. Non-foil. You're going to start seeing people turn on Wizards and Hasbro. They'll get very angry. The more they try to actually make the cards desirable and chaseable again, you will see the game piece army go after them. Ooh, Core Haven. Again, a lot of these cards used to be a thing. And then, as we get to the end of this video, I want to talk about one last thing. And that is, what's going to happen to all these products? Ooh, Witch King. Ooh, Lord of Nazi. Ooh, Halfling in the Surge. And Hammer. What happens to the value and desirability of all these products that everybody's given up on? Ooh, Nazi Chi. There you go. How does it work if and or when the market changes? What happens? Ooh, Dawn New Age. Hey, it's baby. Ensnaring, flipping, bridge, and surge. That's a monster hit. See that? Well, that should be like a $50 plus hit. I don't know if it still is. But that's, how do we move forward? Because what's going to happen, what I predict to happen is Wizards is pivoting. And they're going to do it as gently as possible because they know they're going to get pushback. Ooh, Surge Coat. That's a nice little hit there. And a Warship. Wizards knows that one way or the other, making the cards desirable is going to enrage the internet's cool people. And when that happens, when the approved sector of the market, that's all about kind of, they combine themselves like Power Rangers and fondle each other. When that chunk of all these approved people and their internet points start to get angry, and the other one says, yeah, I can't believe this either. Oh my God, we got to do something. Now, how is that going to be negotiated and pivoted? Because Wizards is not going to have a choice. Ooh, look at that. There's another nice hit. Look at that, folks. We got a Sergi Ozolith. There's another fantastic hit right there. So, Mike, we've slowed down in this video with foil poster cards, but man, we are getting some, great Henge, Ozolith. We are hitting some monster Surge foils, man. Holy moly. So those are some monster hits. And Seasons Pass, terrible. So we're on the end of the video, folks. This is box 6 of 6. We're about to wrap things up. Does not look like we're hitting a serialize, but we have, hey, we did get a nice almost $200 one ring fancy schmancy. Can't really complain about that. Going into the close, there's our Persecutor. We get one in every video. The journey of this lives on. And again, it's not cool to do this box opening. It's not cool to talk about Lord of the Rings because it didn't collapse like it was supposed to. And that alone makes people angry. So, ooh, look at that. Golly, once again, flipping Caracas. How many cards of Surge land have we hit? Azula, Henges, Caracases, flipping great. Oh my God. The hits you get in this thing are stupid. I tell you guys that all the time. Absolutely mind-boggling pulls. Mines. Oh, there's our Surge one ring. I think somebody told me this thing's pushing over 50 now. Great hit, everybody. Oh my God. So, as we wrap up this video, everybody, my biggest takeaway is, it's been a tough start for me in 2024. I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. It's been difficult on my end, health-wise and everything like that, but it's been quite fascinating to see. Dawn of a New Age, non-foil. It's been quite fascinating to see the tug-of-war that is going to continue and rage on. And it's interesting how the people with the power at these companies have to maintain certain smiley faces, even though they are smarter than we realize. And they understand with the internet and the Reddits and Discords and Facebook and Twitter, they know what's out there. They know the way each segment behaves. And trust me, do not underestimate. These companies know. Oh, okay, Gandalf. I saw that foil, Gandalf. I got a little, ooh. These companies do know very clearly who buys their product. And they may not, make a dramatic thing about it online because they got to keep the peace and act like they're for the people. But they know, folks. I assure you all, they know very clearly. And these people know what they're doing. And if they didn't, we wouldn't be seeing these subtle changes happen. Everything from Ravnica Remastered, the Amazon Dump pivot, and now, of course, with the Secret Lair pivot, we are seeing slow pivots that are kind of slow. Ooh, hammer. And they're slow, and they're not aggressive enough to freak out the game piece army. Okay? Because those individuals must always work hard for their money and make sure they lose their money, because we don't want them getting ahead in life. So as long as they maintain that, and these companies, they understand that. There's a Shire and Harbinger. We're going to have that tug of war. But the more evasive, smart financial people will continue to dance circles around them very quietly. And that's what I think is coming in 2024. And I think it's going to hit harder than I think it's going to hit harder than everybody realizes. And I think we're in for some really interesting behavioral shifts and company shifts with Wizards. And I think we're in for a lot. And I don't think it's really being discussed. And it wants to be discussed, and it's safe for most people to discuss. Because if you discuss a lot of that, the people on the internet are going to hate you, unsubscribe, attack you, the same old stuff that they do best. But these conversations are very important. They need to be had, and most people shouldn't have these conversations because it's dangerous. It's dangerous to talk about this crap because it can be very damaging to your own YouTube career, and you're like, I don't have a damn career. I'm a moron in Florida. So, I don't have sponsorships. You can't take my sponsors. You can come after me. You can ban me, whatever. At this point, it's a little too late for all that, but that's what I see happening. So, in conclusion, everybody, first, Mike, thanks for being a long-term patron. Thanks for being a very kind person. Sorry for the extra couple week delay and everything. I'm just trying to do my best I can right now to get back to normal. Let me know. You get obviously a card graded by PCG. I'm going to assume you're going to want that foil one ring. But of course, if you want all your foil posters or anything extra, like if you want 10 cards, I'll get you a couple of them graded for free instead of just one free card. But that's all I have today, folks. I think the conclusion of today's video is, remember, the fact that the product didn't collapse is why people don't want to talk about it. That's the best takeaway I can give you all.